Madam Sergon, you are here in Burundi and the executive at Service Yezu Mwiza. Can you please tell us the reason of your visit?
Thank you very much. Rightly said that I'm Pascalia Sergon. I work at African Jesuit AIDS Network. So to answer your question, let me take you back briefly to what it is when we say about the African Jesuit AIDS Network. It comprises several Jesuit centers that give initiatives to matters health, particularly on HIV and other related issues, and also touching on the formation of the young people. So Yezu Mwiza is a member of the African Jesuit AIDS Network. Now, apart from the members of the network, we also have the secretariat that is based in Nairobi, and one of the mandates of the secretariat in relation to the network is the coordination. And coordination includes also visits to the members of the network to touch base on what exactly is happening at the grassroots level. So my presence here at Yezu Mwiza is, I'm here on behalf of the director of AJAN as part of the field visits to the members of the network. Thank you. Yeah.
Can you tell us the partnership between Service Yezu Mwiza and AJAN? In what exactly do you support Yezu Mwiza?
Yezu Mwiza gives integral services, and AJAN is, as I say, is a part of the whole network. And one of the strategic focus of AJAN, among many, is that integral approach to HIV and the youth. So in this case, therefore, AJAN at the secretariat level gives services in terms of coordination, in terms of funding where possible. So in this case now, the visit was in relation to youth-led initiatives that is taking place in many of the AJAN centers. So one of my visits also was to be part of the youth-led initiatives that was closing, or Yezu Mwiza was kind of closing those initiatives that started sometimes back, touching on youth. So it is not only on this, but many other areas, including coordination, including communication, including good practices that the centers share among themselves.
Got an opportunity to participate in an event of closing activity for Club for Health. What was your impression?
The first activity I attended on Saturday, that is one of the youth-led initiatives that was running here in Yezu Mwiza. And to be honest, I was very impressed. Why? Is because the activity really speaks to the needs of the young people. This Burundi being a very young nation, the needs of the youth in terms of character formation, behavior change, reproductive health, and let's say generally health. So speaking to the youth in terms of behavior change was the highlight of the day, the highlight of the whole process, because AJAN as a member has one of its dimension component as youth formation, accompanying the youth, which is also one of the key pillars of the UAPs, the apostolic preferences of the Jesuits. So one thing was, first of all, it speaks to the needs of the youth, participation of the youth, because the idea is how do we put the youth at the center of solutions, at the center of addressing issues that affect them. So that was the second point, that engaging the youth in issues affecting them, engaging the youth to speak to youth to youth initiatives that speak to themselves. And so the third item is the participation of mentors. So the impressive part for me is the coming up together of the youth mentors, Yezu Mwiza, and the youth themselves to address this. So I think Yezu Mwiza did a very, very wonderful job. One, in addressing issues, two, in accompanying the youth, and three, in giving them space to eloquently express in their own way what it means in terms of behavior change, in terms of accompanying the youth, and in terms of responding to the needs of not only the youth who participated, but across board, across the country. So for me, I think the message was clear, the participants were true, and the whole process, the participation, the competition was very well organized. The message was speaking to the reality of the people, and I thank Yezu Mwiza for that. They did a wonderful job, and this looks, or let's say links to the AJAN Ignition here that the whole network is participating in, and that is bringing the young people at the center to speak to themselves, to speak to their realities. So that was a good job. The impression from, I'm going back very well impressed with the work that Yezu Mwiza did in that.
What message can you tell to the students who participate in that event?
I have a lot of messages to give to the students. Number one is that it is not a one-day story. This is something that needs to continue. Formation and character change. I hope that these youth become role models for themselves and for others, and that it should continue. This formation, the learning, the experience should not stop at the event on Saturday. It should be the beginning and continue to reach more youth. I have also a message to the teachers, the schools that participated in that, is that they have a responsibility to continue modeling, role modeling for them, to continue this education, this value-based education, because the young people we need to sustain what has started. Now, one of the books that we gave to the schools was a happy, and that is AJAN program started in 2002. It is a value-based syllabus that help or give a methodology and the content for teachers to accompany the young people in their character formation. And a happy has shown results in many of the schools or the centers that have adopted that or let's say the program, and we hope that that can help them sustain the changes that we want to see in our young people, whether in schools, in parishes, even in the families. So my message to the teachers who participated and the school administration that took part in this is that we move together, we collaborate, and especially with the Yezu Mwiza from here, that collaboration continues, that formation of the young people continues.
Do you think that this partnership between AJAN and the Service Yezu Mwiza will continue?
For sure, because as AJAN, as I said, is a network. It's made up of many Jesuit centers. As Yezu Mwiza is one of them, and it continues because Jesuit, first of all, have this youth at the center of their mission. So AJAN as a network has a responsibility, has a mission to accompany the youth according to the mandate of the Jesuits mission, according to the UAPs, and also the mission of the church. So I think Yezu Mwiza as part of the AJAN network is something that is long term. It is something that as long as the mission to the youth continues, it will continue. And another side of answering it would be like, how do we sustain therefore these the activities or the interventions? And so that becomes now a real responsibility for all members of the network, including Yezu Mwiza, in this collaboration, that we put a lot of effort to make sure that we sustain, we continue this collaboration as a network, praying that the network gets stronger and stronger in terms of resources, in terms of commitment. And for me, I am really convinced that this is something that is going to continue many years, and we pray that all what we need in terms of resources are available to make sure that what we intend to do is done. Let me also add something that I was very happy about is the mission to the people living with HIV, the mission to the most vulnerable members of the community, which I happened to participate yesterday. I visited, I accompanied members of the mobile clinic team in their follow-up to see, to follow up for people living with HIV. And after that, we had a chance also to visit those who are beneficiaries of livelihood initiatives that Yezu Mwiza have started for them. And I was very, very impressed. I was very happy. I really loved and applaud the commitment of the teams of Yezu Mwiza. The needs are a lot, the needs are real. It was good to see the engagement between the staff of Yezu Mwiza, a very loving, compassionate engagement between the staff of Yezu Mwiza and the beneficiaries at in the field, those who are sick, living with HIV. Probably also not addressing the issue of HIV alone, also addressing the question of economy. By so doing, lifting the dignity. I was very touched when one of the beneficiaries said, I feel special. I have something to feed my children. I can be able to take my children to school. I buy school fees for my children from the goats that Yezu Mwiza gave them. I can feed my children, and I feel that my life is better now. That was very touching. And I think, it is very gratifying to hear somebody speak like that. So this is back to Yezu Mwiza, that you are doing a good job. It is, the needs are many, but touching one person at a time is powerful. So I wish Yezu Mwiza the best. I praise the commitment. I praise the care that you give to the people who look for you, who need you. Thank you very much. Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you so much.
Madam Pascalia Sergon, we thank you for having accepted to respond to our questions.
Thank you so much for the time. Thank you for the good work that all of you are doing, especially the team of Yezu Mwiza. My gratitude to the team that makes every effort to reach out to the people.